Hey guys, what's happening? This is Matt from Matt Fitness, coming at you with another video. And if you looked at the description title box above, you'll find that the title of this video is "Food Does Not Make You Fat." Now at first, this does not make a lot of sense. I'm not sure if you came here thinking that I was going to talk about something extraordinarily like some magical being or some magic radiation or something is causing us to be fat, or our genetics is causing us to be fat. But what I mean by food does not make you fat is that it's not the food, the way you think of it, that makes you fat. It is the calories and the energy in that food which makes you fat. Now I've seen this so many times. I see when a person will basically refuse, or they'll go on a diet, for example, and they'll eat salads, they'll eat maybe boiled chicken or broccoli, brown rice, the bro foods, right? The foods which they tell you are healthy for you. And it is true that these foods are healthy for you, but you can get fat and you can gain weight on those foods just as well as you can get fat eating things like pizza, ice cream, and donuts or cookies. So basically what I'm saying is food does not make you fat. It is the calorie and the energy content of that food being too high what makes you fat, and what makes you add body mass in the form of fat, adipose tissue, inside and outside your body, right? So everywhere on your body, the fat is caused from excess energy. Now, I've talked about this before in a previous video, but you can get fat eating apples or healthy food if you eat too much of it, because just like anything, take an apple for example. An apple is 77 to 80 calories. I know this because I enter apples almost every day into my MyFitnessPal. If you eat enough apples, let's say you eat if you eat 10 of those apples, that's like 800 calories. If you eat 20 apples, that's 1600 calories. Say you eat 40 apples, for example, right? 40 apples, 8 times 4, 3,200 calories. And let's say that your body only requires, say, 2,000 or 20, let's say 2,000 calories, okay? By eating 40 apples, now that you can, maybe, I'm not sure if you can actually do it or not, this is an issue of food volumization, but if you can eat 40 apples per day, I guarantee you and most people will gain body fat. It's not the food which makes you fat, it is the energy content of the food. You will not get fat eating 2 slices of pizza a day if that's all you eat. You will also not get fat eating 1 large pizza a day if that's all you eat. Say a large pizza has between 1,800 to 2,400 calories, and let's say you're a male who's relatively active and you're burning around 3,000 calories a day in total. You will actually lose weight if you can eat 1 large pizza a day. People will see you eating the large pizza and they won't understand, why are you eating a large pizza? And this happens so many times where people, for example, who are very conscious and who understand fitness and nutrition very, very well, manage to follow a very flexible dieting approach where they are able to fit various things into their macros and their daily calories. People will look at them, they won't understand, how are you eating this? How are you eating this and how are you staying healthy? How are you not gaining weight? And the key is, it's either by chance and they're not simply not eating enough of it, or they meticulously planned it to fit it into their macros and they're eating it, or the next day they may cut back some calories. So it isn't an energy balance. It is an energy balance that is constantly going. It is not, even though it's easy for us to track it on a day-to-day basis, it is constantly energy in, energy out. Your body is constantly burning energy. When your body exhausts the energy that's been digested and then it's flowing through your bloodstream in the form of glucose and stored energy in the form of glycogen in your liver and your muscles, once that is exhausted, it'll start going through your body fat. All right, and I believe there may be some studies, I don't have anything to back that up at this point, which may claim that those periods will actually, your body's not basically like a machine, what I'm saying. You can't basically flip a switch like, yes, I'm going to burning food mode to burning fat mode. I personally believe the body is constantly burning a combination of both, and over time, the net loss of energy is either from the food you eat or from the body fat. So if you eat more food, there's leftover energy that gets stored. If you eat less food, there's less energy, not enough energy. Actually, your body actually has to start tapping into its energy stores for that energy. So remember, don't associate negative feelings and emotions to certain types of food. Pizza doesn't make you fat, donuts don't make you fat, ice cream doesn't make you fat, food does not make you fat. Too many calories is what makes you fat, okay? Now the thing when you eat foods like certain things like a slice of pizza or a block of cheese, for example, or anything very creamy or very full in saturated fat, the saturated fat and the health issues aside, those things are considered high impact foods. High impact foods means you get a huge amount of calories but for a very small amount of volume, right? So you're not filling up your stomach very much with a lot of physical content, but you're packing a lot of energy very efficiently. It's like drinking a cup of oil, for example. A teaspoon of oil has roughly 120 calories per tablespoon of olive oil. So there's 120 calories. How easy would it be to drink down a cup of olive oil and have it for over 1,000 calories or more, right? Probably 2,000-3,000 calories in a single, a cup worth of oil or whatever it may be, right? So you can drink and you can eat lots of calories in a very small volume, or you can eat small to moderate amounts of calories with a lot of volume. For example, fruits, vegetables, chicken breast, lean meats. And that's why those foods are recommended for dieting and cutting back and losing body fat, is because they fill you up, they're satisfying, they're full of micronutrients. So they got your vitamins, you got your magnesium, you got your minerals and things like that. Fiber also is important. Getting a better quality of food for what you're doing. There's nothing to say that you cannot lose body fat by eating whatever you want to eat, as long as you don't eat too much of it. But caveat to that is you may be deficient in various nutrients, right? So hope you learned something from this video. If you like the video, please comment below, subscribe, like, share. I really appreciate that. Until then, see you next time.